Welcome to the Brad and Taylor Show. Today we have Pam Mackinder.
You're listening to the Brad and Taylor Show, a podcast that inspires entrepreneurs to pursue their passions. We're sitting down with some of the best to learn how they got started and some lessons they learned along the way.
Hey, Pam.
Hey there.
How are you? We're good. How are you?
We're doing good.
I'm great. Thank you.
Yeah. So what exactly do you do?
Well, I am a realtor. I am based in Jackson, but I can service the whole state of Michigan. And it's an exciting time to be a realtor right now.
Yes, it is. It's pretty crazy. When you were younger, did you plan on being an agent when you grew up, or what was your whole plan?
Oh, wow. This is a great one. No, actually, I wanted to be a corporate lawyer and was never going to get married, was going to live in a big city. Barbie was my idol. So I was going to live in like a Barbie townhouse and just drive the vet and live in the city and be a corporate lawyer. So, and which none of that happened.
What did you end up doing? Did you do any of it?
Well, no.
Did you try?
No, I got married. I have a son. Don't live in a big city. No, pretty much no. Nope, I was actually in the transportation field for years and just retired 2019, retired and decided that I kind of had enough, had our first grandbaby. So I was going to stay home and help take care of her. And then you can only clean house so much and you can only do so much yard work. And my husband really thought I needed a hobby. So a friend of mine was a realtor and said, you should really try this. You know, you've got the personality for it. You'd be great. And I was hooked. So
Nice.
Here I am.
I like it. Did you join a team or anything, or did you join the same brokerage she was at, or what did you do?
I did end up going to the same brokerage. So I'm with Century 21 affiliated in Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a great couple years.
Huh. Hey, can't complain there. So when you did join, I can't remember. Do you guys have like teams, or was it just kind of solo?
Some do. Some do go together as teams, or some experienced agents will take on some younger agents to be on their team. But no, just me by myself.
Sweet. So tell us about your first transaction. How did that go? So you were kind of new at it. You're trying to figure it all out. How did that go?
Well, I had a lot of people tell me, it'll take you 6 months before you'll get your first real client. And nope, I seemed to hit the ground running. I had an amazing first year. So
that's awesome.
So my first closing was great. She was the sweetest person, and she had lost her husband recently, and she was moving back down to be close to family. And it seemed like it took us forever to find the right house for her, but we did, and it was a great one. So I pride myself on not just closing the deals, but making relationships with my clients.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe I sometimes get clients for a certain reason, because I feel like they need a little extra time maybe that someone else might not take with them or have the time to take with them. So I take pride in that.
That's awesome. So what'd your husband think of your newfound hobby?
Well, he's supportive and whatever, but it's I started a Facebook page for small businesses also, and that kind of took on a life of its own. So he's always joking me that I don't need a third or fourth job, that between that page and the real estate, I kind of have enough going on. But
that's awesome.
Can't be too busy sometimes.
Yeah. Is your Facebook page just for agents, or is it just for everybody?
Nope, it's actually just for small businesses here in Jackson. I started it when we were in quarantine, when agents weren't allowed to meet with clients.
Yep.
And I was doing a lot of marketing stuff, a lot of classes, and I took one, and they kind of talked about switching from sales to service. And so I kept thinking, what can I do in the community that could help? And I had so many business owner friends that didn't know what they were going to do. And so restaurants and whatnot were still trying to stay open for takeout. So I started a Facebook page and thought, hey, if a couple hundred of my friends see it and support them, will be great. And we're like 7,000 members right now. So
Wow.
Wow.
it's crazy,
That's
but
awesome.
it's all, yeah, it's a great page, and people are still, I mean, heck, things are still changing. So
Yeah.
every day it seems like, something's changing still. So it's just a great way for businesses to let everyone know what their hours, what their specials, what they're doing now, how it's affecting them. And there's so many followers, which is amazing, and they're all supportive. So it's great.
That's awesome. Good for you.
Yeah.
I like it. And you said that was all in a year, huh?
Yeah.
Not
Yeah. That
bad.
started last year. So,
Not
yep.
bad. You're probably like
Yeah.
take off and you're like, dang, it's actually working. Oh, and it's really working. Wow. It's like a whole year
Yeah.
later, I got 7,000 members.
It took on a life of its own. And I actually, I needed help. I told my husband, you're going to have to help me. Every time I got on there was, 100 or so requests to join, and
Yeah.
just monitoring all of that. And
Yep.
plus, especially when I could go back to work, as soon as we could get
Oh,
back into
yeah.
the field, people were still buying and selling.
Yeah.
So we didn't skip a beat. And so, yeah, I mean, it's been great. It's truly my pleasure. The community is really important to me, and it's not just part of what I do in the real estate. I've always had a soft place in my heart for Jackson, and I take pride in living here, and want to be a part of them succeeding and doing great things.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Good for
that's
you.
really awesome. I like that. Good job.
Thanks.
So, what is the one piece of advice that you got when you started in real estate that has kind of stuck with you?
I had a couple things that stuck out. The biggest was, you have to love what you do.
Hmm.
And I know that is said in anything, any career, but it is true. I mean, this is the largest purchase that some people will make in their whole lifetime, and it's a huge decision. And so you truly do have to love to guide them. And sometimes we can look at 30 houses before they find the right one. So you truly have to have a passion for it. And the other was, don't let yourself get burnt out. And
Yeah.
That's a big one.
at first I didn't understand that. Any job, sure, you get tired of it, but this is a fast-paced,
Hmm.
draining sometimes, and you do have to keep yourself. You do take it personally. If you don't get an offer, if you see the frustration building in your clients, and you're trying to keep them off the ledge, and you yourself are trying to hold in your frustrations, and it just, especially right now, the way the
Oh, yeah.
market is. And so you truly do need to take a little time, if that means a couple hours in the afternoon, if whatever the case may be. You have to know what your outlet is, to give yourself a little break.
Yeah. Do you time block at all your day?
No, not I'm probably too flexible on things. I'm at whim, really, for people.
Yeah.
If someone needs, because I know schedules are tough.
Yep.
So I'm pretty flexible. If I take calls till late at night, and if someone calls me on a whim and I can do it, I'm going in and I'm showing them, or I'm meeting with them. And so I'm not very disciplined on
That's
that.
okay. Everyone has their own technique. So,
Whatever
Yeah,
works for you, right?
yep.
yeah, and that it really truly does work for me.
That's awesome. I like it. So, um, let's say you had to start all over today and you had all the same knowledge. How would you spend your first $1,000?
Well, I probably should say I would invest part of that,
Well, what would you
but
do? What would you do today? You can do whatever you want with it.
right. In my first $1,000, knowing what I know now, yes, I probably would invest part of that. Um, that's probably the toughest lesson I think several of us learn as you get older, is you wish you would have been a little more knowledgeable when you were younger, and you wouldn't have had to work so hard. And fortunately, I learned quicker than most, but I still could have been way better with money.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what you learn along the way, right?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. So what would you guys have done with your first
Ooh.
1,000 if you knew?
Good question.
Oh, no one's ever asked us
I
that. Let's
haven't
see.
actually thought about it.
Yeah. Well, if we had to, like, starting our business over, probably, um, I mean,
What
let's
would
say
you
we
do
had all our
differently?
equipment.
Yeah.
Other than that, just running Facebook ads, probably.
There you go. $10 at a time,
Yep.
$20 at a time.
No, all at once. Depends on the time of the year. Depends on the time of the year. Like
Right,
right now, it's
Yeah.
right.
like full all out.
That
But
makes a big
the
difference
winter,
the time of the
it's not
year.
gonna do us any good.
Yeah.
Well, I remember when I was first introduced to 401ks, those were profit sharing was the thing when I first got, started in
Yeah.
the career. And so I remember the first time that was explained to me, and I thought, I'm 20 some years old. I've got
Yep.
tons of time. And I remember seeing a graph one time, and they're like, if you start right now, this is what you will have by the time. And I was blown away by that. I could not even comprehend.
Yeah.
So, if I should have took a little more better advice about that then. But I mean, it's something you don't think about then. You think you got lots of time
You're
to
like,
invest and
I
save.
got this.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I'm making good money. Come on.
I'll be good later. No,
Exactly.
it's true. That's how it
exactly.
goes, though. I got lucky
Yeah.
pretty good at the beginning. I kind of started it early, so I got kind of
Mhm.
lucky there. So, but
Good for you.
Nice. What is
Yeah.
the most memorable transaction you've made or most memorable home you've been in?
Most memorable home.
or showing.
Yeah.
We wanna
showing,
know
yeah.
the most crazy
Oh,
showing.
It can be good or
Well,
bad. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. I took a little tumble in a basement one
Ooh,
time
that's not
during.
Oh
good.
no.
Oh, no, it was not. I made it all the way around it. I was golden. And just as we started to go up the steps, the buyer said, "Oh, there's this little room over here." I don't know where that little lip came from, but I turned around, I was down on my
Oh
hands and knees.
my.
My phone went flying. I'm sure I made a horrible noise. And then, once you realize you're not dead, then and nothing's broken, and other than your pride, and then you're just humiliated. And
Yes. You got to spend the rest of
and
the day
then
with them.
they
Yeah.
have to help you up.
It could have
It
been
was
worse though. At least you
mortifying.
weren't by yourself in case you really did get hurt. Someone
Well,
else
true.
was there. So
True. That it could have been worse, and they could have had to carry me up the steps,
Yeah.
which didn't
Yeah.
happen. But yeah, and then I realized that when you're my age, that hurts.
Oh, yeah.
Cement does
Yeah.
not give.
Yeah. Did they end up buying the house?
No.
Oh, I just
No.
wonder. Maybe they fixed the step.
Oh, they could have at least had a sympathy, but no, they
No.
didn't. So I don't know which was more embarrassing, that or when I had to meet them the next time. I'm pretty sure they were watching my every move.
They're like, we're not going downstairs this time.
Yeah, you can stay here. We're okay.
Oh, that's funny. What do you got? Are you right now? Are you just still by yourself right now, or do you thinking about getting a team, or what do you want? Like, what do you have going on right now?
Well, no, right now I am, but I do have some short-term and long-term goals. By the end of this year, I would love to have an assistant. Right now, I'm doing it all still on my own, but by
Yep.
the end of the year, I would love to have an assistant. And within the next 5 years, I would love to have a team under me.
That's awesome. Good for
Yeah,
you. Do you
yeah,
want them all kind of
yeah.
around
And
the Jackson area, or do you want to kind of branch out at all?
I do. We had a cabin up north for years, about 17 years. We just actually sold that this past fall, but I have done a lot of stuff up there. I've helped some friends and some references and whatnot find lake homes and property and stuff like that up in northern Michigan. So I have ventured that way. I get a little out of Jackson. I just closed on one in Litchfield that I had listed. Do a lot in Albion. So like I said, I can do the whole state of Michigan. I really like to do it in the areas that I'm familiar. I feel I
Yeah,
do
for
my
sure.
clients more justice if I'm familiar with the area
Yep.
than just just saying I can sell there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Are there
Mhm.
any business books that you have read that you could recommend to anybody starting out?
Not in the real estate
Okay.
What else you got?
business, but I will tell you that if anyone is getting into the real estate, Jared James is amazing. He has, I watched so many of his webinars when we were on quarantine, and he has some amazing advice. He really, he's a well speaker. He's knowledgeable about the industry. He has some great out of the box techniques. He is a great one. So if anyone's thinking about it, Jared James is a good one.
Sweet. I like it. Is there anything else you want to share with everyone before we go? Oh, I forgot your contact information. How do people get a hold of you first?
Well, if you want to get a hold of me, you can call me or text or email, whichever. I'm easy to get a hold of in any way, but my phone number is 517-581-1630, or my email address is Pam Mackinder at Century. Excuse me, let's try this again. How about Pam Mackinder at C21affiliated.com?
Awesome. Is there anything else you want to share with everyone before we go?
I don't think so, but it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, awesome. Hey, thanks for coming on and sharing your story with us today.
Thank you, guys.
Are these working? Here we go.
Oh, there we go. I think they're working. Should we tell them?
Mine keeps falling. It doesn't like my voice.
What do we got to tell them?
Subscribe.
Subscribe. What do we got to point at it? Hey, I think there's a subscription button. Like
It might be there.
might be right there too.
Somewhere.
Somewhere.
Find it. It's red.
Yeah. And it's
Red.
blue. It's green. I don't really know.
It's a color.
This mic isn't even attached. Did you plug these in? Well, I guess.
I wonder if they can hear us.
Yeah. I wonder if they hear us. Well, we should probably tell them if they can hear us. We should probably tell them also give us a 5-star review for listening to on Apple. That'd be cool.
5
5-star
stars,
review.
guys.
Share it with everybody they can think of.
We won't take
But-
4 stars.
I mean, Taylor, I don't even think these are on. I mean,
No, I don't think this is working.
This is not working.
Yeah.